in front of Mahadev Baba. Devi Parvati sitting at the side, Ganesh Baba, Kartik is sitting there. And after offering prayer and puja, Parashuram says, Prabhu, I wish to be successful in my endeavor. May you please allow me. My parents, how hurtful it is when a person becomes an orphan. In this case, it is unnatural because of the greed and the negative desires of this person. If he is not kept in check, he is going to pollute this world. He is going to damage other innocent people. He says, I am part energy of Mahavishnu, and I would like to destroy all of these negative people. He says, when people become ruled by their desires, when they lose sight of the goodness that is within their ability and capability, then they are bound for destruction. His Kartavir and his entire line are along that path. May you allow me to seek revenge against my family. Mahadev Baba says that it is true that when a rich person, when a kingly person has achieved certain amount of wealth and he turns his back against those downtrodden people, whatever Lakshmi, whatever wealth he has achieved, he's going to lose it. When a person who has food, when a person has water, and they turn their back against those who are thirsty, those who are famished, they are going to lose what they have. When people have knowledge, whether in the form of speech or in the form of song, poetry, wisdom, and they think to themselves, I'm going to keep it, as if it would remain with them alone, in a short while you will find them forgetting. When people do these things, when they have these types of misguided desires, it brings about their destruction. He says, I am going to give you the axe that I hold, the axe that I use in my form called Shankar Bhagwan. And may you remove all those that are negative, all those that are haughty, all those that, because of their financial ranking, because of their position in this world, O Parashuram, you who are Vishnu incarnate, he's considered to be one of the forms of Mahavishnu. May you regulate these people. May you ascend now to the point whenever, and everybody please listen to this, whenever a business person forgets to worship Ashtalakshmi Mata, or the 8 forms of Lakshmi, who grants different types of wealth. As a point here, many people think of Lakshmi Mata. The first night I said when they were praying, some people imagine a big gold pot with the gold raining from her fingers. But for the parent that has a sick child, how could you enjoy money? For the person that has health problems, the doctor is going to enjoy all your money. The person who is grieving to have a child, can't have a child, what is the point of having the money when you have nobody to spend it on? When you have nobody in this life as a companion to share it with, you could have what you want, the biggest of house. It will be like a ghost house. That same house will be a problem rather than a blessing. Lakshmi Mata in different forms. Ashwarya Lakshmi, for example, one of the 8, she is the one who blesses when a parent prays. When a mother in particular prays for her children, she blesses those children with internal beauty and external beauty. When your given children are entering those beauty pageants that we have on TV around the world time, Ashwarya Lakshmi Mata is the one that allows them to win. A puja is done when people wish to win in this arena. Santa Lakshmi Mata is that one who blesses the farmer with produce. When you go sometime and you see him on the cane field or whichever garden, you see a flag flying. That is where puja is done and Lakshmi Mata is offered prayer. Mother, may you please bless me with the fortune of a good harvest. When you see a Lakshmi picture with a little child on her lap, Mother, I have everything in this world, but may you bless me with the fortune of continuity or a child. Principle Lakshmi Mata ki. He says, I am going to give you this weapon, but you will continue to regulate those people that are considered to be business people, that are considered to be the kings. And when you go to give them their due problems or whatever they are causing upon themselves, let it be known that whenever a person achieves a position, whenever a person achieves or acquires some wealth, they have to show gratitude for that. Otherwise, that greed that will start to build within them, that type of bad thinking will bring about their destruction. And may you use this weapon for that purpose. Today, because your mother and your father have been destroyed, today, myself, Mari Baba, and Devi Parvati, we are like your parents. And I am giving you guidance. As you attain this position, may you practice ahimsa. May you please do not go into a violent stream. Parasuram listens to both of them and continues to cry. He continues to cry that how will he fulfill his vow when he's not getting the permission from these two, Shiva and Shiva, Devi and Mari Baba, to go and destroy them. He feels this is his duty towards his parents. And he drops to their feet and he starts to cry. And Shankar Bhagwan, he talks to him as follows. Let's join together in this show. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharan. He says, son, if you go against Kartavir Arjun, he has that amulet upon his chest, and that will protect him. You will not be able to overcome him. Devi Parvati says, you are my son now, and I'm guarding you against that. You go against this person, and he's protected by that prayer. Son, may you desist from this. And he says, dear Father, may you guide me. How will I be able to protect myself from this onslaught, from this the effect of this kavach of this person. He's unrighteous, and I wish to replace his actions with righteousness. And he guards him and he guides him to Gosine and pray to Krishna. He is the one who gave that protective amulet to Kartavir Arjun. But remember, and everybody please remember this line that he says here. He says, son, people do prayers, people achieve tapasya, they do all different types of things to get their desires. And sometimes the energy, the power, causes a little abhiman, causes a little problem to start to grow within them, and they lose track. There are many cases where some don't fall into that trap. And when he goes to Krishna in Golok, he sits down, and for a very long period of time, he does prayer, tapasya, jap, and Krishna and Radha Devi appear in front of him. And he asks for the blessing. He asks for the protection of Krishna against the negative effects of this king. And Lord Krishna himself starts to teach him how to pray. Everybody, please clasp your hands. And as Krishna is repeating, imagine it in your mind. As Krishna is preaching and teaching, Parashuram sitting at his feet, he's learning. And he says, son, repeat after me. Om Govindaya Swahayate Namasikam Patu Satatam Eva. May this mantra protect your body. Om Namo Gopalaya Shamaya Karnaya Patu Sadamama. May this protect the words that are going to come from your mouth. That may it allow you, may your words come fruitful. When you speak, let people listen. Om Shri Krishnaya Swahayate Jivan Patu Me Sada Radha Shama Swahayate Kunda Patu Sadamama. Om Gaushaya Swahayate Skan Patu Sadamama. Om Udhar Patu Me Nitya Vasundara Matu Sada. Om Kaila Krishnaya Swahayate Gaura Patu Sadamama. And he starts to chant these various mantras. And after imbibing this prayer within him, he says, son, never go against righteousness. Son, this will protect you as long as you protect righteousness, as long as you protect dharma, as long as you use your prayers for good, it will protect you. But if you go against righteousness, if you go against dharma, there will be no protection for you. You will lose everything. Regardless of the situation, whoever bears this kavach internally, Lakshmi and Saraswati combined, will never relate enough about the effects, about the protective power of it. And it is said that when Parshuram got his blessings from Lord Krishna and Devi Radha, he went about what that avatar came to do. To burn and punish all these various kings that would pillage and plunder, damage the good people of the world. And after he had done that, one day he goes to look for his parents. And understanding where Parshuram is coming from, he's very good in past because of the loss of his parents. He goes to look for Mali, Baba and Parvati Devi. And they are in a secluded chamber together as husband and wife. And Ganesh Baba is standing by the door playing with his brother Kartik. Let's see what happens. In Parashram, the older one, he has gray hair, long beard, and Ganesh Baba is just a child. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Seeing the two children playing, Parashram ignores them. And he wants to go into the private chamber to see his parents. And Ganesh Baba says, no brother, you can't go there. Stop. You cannot go there. They are in the private chamber, may you hold on with us, and their brother, they will come outside very soon. They will be able to attend to all of our needs very soon. Do not go forward. I am not going to allow you to go forward. It is better you return. Parashram became very angry. His eyes became bloodshot, the temper. And he says, who are you, Ganesh, to stop me? I have the weapon of your father. I am the one that has destroyed all the kings. You, O little one, cannot stop me. Ganesh Baba, he restore a house of forgiveness and mercy. He says, as Dharma is my witness, you better overcome that anger of yours, oh brother. Go back, you do not have the permission to go into that private chamber. Let your eyes get red, but you will never overcome me. Because you are my brother, through the relationship with my father, I have respect for you. Because you are a guest, I have respect for you. And this is why I am going to tolerate this conversation. But I am not Kartavir. I am not that king. I am not that petty person on that battlefield. You are not aware who I am. And oh, you stubborn, haughty person, because you believe that you have some grace from my father, that you will be able to overcome me. As Ganesh Baba looks at him and laughs, he says, take my advice and back off. When a person is practicing their prayer under the right mode referring to Satugun, Rajogun, Tamugun. When a person is practicing prayer under the right gun, under the right mode, under the right mentality, they are going to be able to achieve greatness. But when a person becomes corrupted and their thinking sinks very low, that same prayer is going to bring about their destruction. What does this mean? Do you remember the other night when I was talking about how some people pray? Some people come to Mandir and they pray, dear Lord, may you allow the Mandir, the villagers, the people, the family, everybody to flourish. And there are some people who will come and say, God, let me flourish and let he suffer. There are some people who pray, dear Lord, my brother feel you have more than me. Break him down. And I will take down the crowns at a pongy house and mash him up with you. However you want to look at it, the same prayers that we all see, the same red flag, the same parasha that we offer. Some people say very sattvic prayer, very uplifting prayer, and some people go the opposite direction. When a person goes down that dark road, are you expecting to get the same blessing as if you were praying for betterment and blessing for people? And this is where some people don't understand why things happen in their life. You're going to see what is going to happen to this man just now. I know it's a joke. It happens to many people. Didn't I do the Hanuman Puja? How come my neighbor across the road seeing their way? How come they're happy and their marriages have no conflict? But in my home I'm doing the prayers. I'm putting up the flag. But there's never a moment of peace in my house. And people never think about looking at the self. Everything else is blamed except for your mind and your approach to God. Look at this illustration and you'll understand what I mean. Parashuram drags out the battle axe that was given to him by Mahadeva. And he says, oh you stupid boy, if you do not back up, if you do not move, I am going to release this weapon upon you. And I am going to destroy you. Do you really think Shiva and Devi Parvati are normal people? Do you think that their body needs to be hidden from anybody? We are their children and they are the energy of this world, and for that reason I am going to go in there and have a conversation, an audience with them. Ganesh Baba continued to laugh at him and he says, oh, you apparently don't understand what I'm saying. He said, brother, today your sense was left somewhere and you are here now. And he starts to insult him. What happened today? Why are you acting this way today? All I am saying is, in the institution of marriage, people's privacy should be respected. And cursing, according to the Vedic knowledge, is that person that tries to get between them. That person that tries to separate them via words, actions, via their deeds. That person that tries to break apart husband and wife. They are condemned. A person that does not respect the private conversation of a husband and a wife, that person gathers sin. Dear brother, you know this. Why are you acting out of character? Why are you behaving like this? I'm a little boy in front of you. I don't need to teach you these things, and yet still you are acting in this way. And every time he insulted Parashuram's knowledge, Parashuram did not listen. He didn't hear the words of Ganesh. He continued to get more and more angry. And all he held on to was the power of that battle axe in his hand. And he's in a very threatening tone, advancing to Ganesh now. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. Shut up, little boy. Move aside. You don't know. You have no idea what you're talking about. And in that moment, as he rushes towards Ganesh, Ganesh runs to the side and he extends the trunk of the elephant head, and he ties the body of Parashuram. And imagine somebody ties with a rope and he's dragging him and he's pulling him all over the place, beating him. And every time he hit him, Ganesh says, today I'm going to purge your body of all these sins, for destroying all those people you killed, for having this very evil, very haughty nature yourself. Look at what you have become, oh brother. Look where you were and look where you are now. It is as if you have been corrupted just as persevered. You fought him because of what he did to your parents, but look at what you are doing now. You are becoming a demon in the story. But today, brother, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be a good brother. He says, blessed is the brother that will stand up and help his own brother, rather than see him go into the fire. He says, I am going to be the one who is going to help you, and I'm going to purge you of this sin. And what does he do? He beats him in Kailash Parbat. He stretches that trunk and he takes him to Vaikund and he dips him into the water in that Milky Ocean. He takes him and he carries him to Brahmaloka, and everybody's watching as the trunk is being extended. And poor Parashuram is beaten from head to foot, and he's carrying him upon the earth. He takes him where? Devi Lok, where Adi Shakti Puja was being done. He dips his head into the oil that was offered and he beats him against the partition. And all poor Parashuram could do, he could bow to all the people that are there. The trunk is squeezing his body so much that is milking his sin out of him. And as he's being dropped in different places, in the last place, he reaches before Krishna Bhagavan and Guru. And as he's standing there, tired, beaten, he gets to bow to Krishna. Listen to the words of Ganapati Baba. Onara, listen to the words of Ganesh. When Parashuram got to bow to Lord Krishna, something happened. Let's hear what he says. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Ganesh Baba retracts the trunk and he brings his brother in front of him and he says, oh Parashuram, today, by meeting with Krishna, by standing before him, all your sins, oh brother, all the mistakes you made, by your emotional reaction, by destroying Kavitavir and all the other Kshatri, today, oh brother, I was able to help you rid yourself of that sin by being in his presence. And even in that blessed moment when he got purged of that sin, this person is still carried away by temper and that tamugun, that low, that base way of thinking. Onarad, he takes up that battle axe and he lets it go against Ganesh. And Ganesh Baba, seeing it coming, knowing that it was covered with the power of his father, took the lash upon his left tusk, and that axe severed that tusk, and blood started to spew from it. When the tusk hit the ground, it caused a powerful vibration. When the battle axe hit the ground, it caused another, like an earthquake upon the mountain. Everybody stopped. All the gunners came running to see what was going on. Kartik, he cracks the door when mommy and daddy are inside, and he goes in to tell them what's going on. Mother and father come out very worried. Mother Baba is speaking to Kartik, what is happening? Devi Parvati, her hair is loose. And she looks to Kartik and she says, tell me what happened here. And Kartik, he relays what happens between these two brothers. The godson of Baba, Parashuram, and the biological son Ganesh. And Devi Ma, she gets very upset. And she looks to Lord Shiva and she says, you are the greatest judge. What wrong is my son? How is my son guilty? How is he fit for punishment? I am a woman and I'm overrun with emotion. Maybe I'm going to be biased. But may you cast judgment here and now. How could this son of yours, how could he damage Ganesh in this way? For what? I am unable to understand. As she looks to Parashuram, I am unable to understand why you have lost your wisdom in this moment and you think to yourself that you are right. But whenever a person uses the prayer, the amulet, the weapon that is given for you by God for good, and you use it against innocent, you use it for negative, how can that bring about positive reaction? Today you have only cut the tusk off the child of your teacher, the son of your teacher. Tomorrow you're going to sever his head. Where will you stop? Do you mistake him for Kartavir or any one of your enemies? Oh child, don't you realize the power of prayer? Don't you realize the power of that amulet? Don't you realize the power of that axe that Lord Shiva gave to you? That you should have used it with more care? With such power, a mouse could kill a tiger, an ant can kill an elephant. Such is the power that was given to you, and you use it in such a careless manner. How are you going to tell me that you are right? And as she was about to put Shram upon him, listen to what Parashuram does. He becomes very fearful now. Realizing that he's wrong, he starts to panic. And now his mind goes to God. Now he thinks about God. He runs in his mind quick. Krishna, I'm in trouble. Krishna, I'm in trouble. Oh, you house of mercy. Oh, you blue skin boy, help me now, I'm in trouble. And he thinks to himself, help will come. Ganesh Baba is bleeding, but he's laughing. Narad, Ganesh started to laugh at Parashuram. He says, oh brother, the time for this is past. When a person opens their mouth, when a person lets loose a weapon, when a person conducts himself in a way like this, these things cannot be retracted, oh brother. When you do not defend righteousness, do you remember the words of my father when he gave you that act? When you do not stay on the side of righteousness, the same weapon that you are using, or that gift that you were given, it is going to destroy you. You're going to lose it. Brother, today I am bleeding, but I feel sorry for you because you don't realize what you have done to your own self. And while this conversation was going on, a little boy walks in. A little boy wearing tulsi wood around his neck in the mala form. Peacock fell on his hair. Only the genuine strings upon his body and a loincloth. he goes in and Mahadev Baba and Parvati Devi, realizing that he is an incarnate of Krishna, Lord Vishnu, they give him seat and they put him to sit, and he is in the middle of this conversation now. Parvati Devi, she explains how she feels, how hurt to have this child act in this way. May you, O Vishnu, may you give guidance. Who is wrong? What is a person to do? What is Mahadev supposed to do now? Take side for his son or his godson? And listen to the words now of Krishna. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Excuse me. Speaking to Mahadev Baba, listening to the various sides, as Parashuram is saying that he's innocent. He wanted to meet his parents, and he was bad, and as a result this ensued. Devi Parvati is asking for justice. Krishna says, "O Shiva, the one who is devoted to Krishna, he never has to face any misery. And I protect him personally from all pain, all suffering, except that person who betrays his guru, that person who betrays his teacher." He says, "O Shiv, I cannot protect a person who annoys, who insults his own teacher. The person who denounces his teacher this is a terrific, horrific sin. There's no greater sin than that person who neglects their teacher, to acknowledge their teacher, to show adoration to their teacher. By his grace, by that teacher's grace, a person is able to learn and aspire and achieve great things. He says, please understand, a person becomes a father by giving birth to somebody. A person becomes a father by feeding a child. And more dear, more deserving of worship is the mother, because she has encapsulated this person within her womb and nourishes that body for the duration of that pregnancy. And when that child comes into this world, she nourishes that body with her own fluid, nourishment, etc. For this reason, she's looked upon as the earth, giving life and energy to any tree, any plant. She's the source. Likewise, the person who gives food is 100% and 100 times more respectable or more respectful than the mother. The person, because once the mother has done her part, without food, that body that she made is going to perish. Therefore, the person who gives food, the person who is able to hold the container, the dish, and feed somebody, that person is able to get more blessing, that person is able to get more verdun, because they are considered to be the form of Lord Vishnu, because they sustain a person's body. Please remember that. Whenever you have prayers, whenever you have Yagna, where does the prayers end? Not when a person says Tumero Mata, but when the people are finished eating. When you have Bandara in your home and you have that feeding taking place. That is the most important part of your prayer, because you invited these people to come to your home, to be treated as your guests. And that is what you are supposed to do. Even if you are exhausted, get help, but this is your duty to share food. So if you notice, when we all leave through the back entrance tonight, this front door is going to be closed and we all exit through the back. The young children, the elderly, everybody is going to help dish out these food, these gifts of love that have been prepared for everybody, because they understand the significance of it. He said these people, they become the sustainer of each other, and as a result, look as if they are Vishnu, they get that respect. He says greater than that is the Ishdev. The Ishdevta is that family god, or that family devta, that when adored, when puja is done, he's going to grant that home to have the food that they will need to eat and share for people. They are going to have the money that they will need to take care of the needs of those that are less fortunate, etc. For this reason, this form of devta is more important than the person who will share the food. Because when you do his puja, when you use his mantra, when you offer dar, when you do havan, etc., he's going to grant untold blessings upon the home. But he says, O Shiva, more adorable than the Ishdevta, who bestows the blessing, is the person who teaches, the person who lights the lamp of knowledge within a person. That teacher is the person who teaches you, who gives you the knowledge of the mantra, the knowledge of the Ishdevta, so that you can do the prayers, so that you can have the food, so that you can share the food. He is that person who teaches the importance of respect for mother and father. That person who provides the mantra in the air, in the right ear of a Shishya or the godchild. He allows that person to achieve untold pleasure and protection from the negative of this world. And as a result, there is no relative, there is no person greater than the Guru. A person is allowed to become victorious in the arms, when they have the quiver filled of knowledge, whether academic, where a person achieves a certificate, a person is able to achieve and conquer the world of work. They get the finances that they so require. They attain all the desires of job, etc. Likewise, a person who attains the knowledge of spiritual extracurricular. Today we have our national awardee, this guru, Shivanand Maharaj, my good friend. And just as he would teach children in time management, being able to utilize your brain to do everything, not only one thing, so that you grow in different regards in your life, so that you develop holistically. He's saying these people are worthy of worship. But what happens? This foolish person thinks to himself that he has prayed to God, he is knowledgeable, he has attained the rank and file, he has attained different accolades. So now he thinks to himself that he is better than his teacher, that he can hurt his teacher. But oh Shiva, I cannot support somebody who hurts the wife of the teacher, who hurts the family of the teacher, who hurts the children of the teacher. How can that be fair to that teacher? When he has given all to that shishya, that child, this in effect is ungratefulness, and as a result will cause the downfall of that person. Therefore, Parashuram is not under my protection. He is not under my umbrella of protectivity. May you do what you have to do. May you do what is best. He turns to Parvati Mata and he says, Mother, may you look at your son Ganesh and understand that it was predestined for him to be called Ekadanta. He is the one who is able to help Parashuram, and every person like him, he is going to help remove the unnatural, unholy desires that a person has within them. Let that tusk that has been cut, just as it has been cut and severed, let by his blessed Odevi, today I offer for the justice that you seek. Let this form called Ekadanta, when people do his worship, let it cut away the negative things that they so desire, the negative traits, the negative mood, the negative modus that they pray under. Let something wake up inside of them and guide them to betterment, guide them to better. This form Ekadanta will be puja. He will be offered prayer, yellow flowers, doob grass, rice with the body, or what we call Gyan. People will offer these things to him, and he will in turn bless them with improvement in their character. Blessed is the child, the student that is able to respect their teacher. Principal Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. They are going to get Ekadanta's blessing, and they will always have his support by having that respect for their Guru. In our fraternity as Hindu people, however, correct me if I am wrong, we do Ganesh Puja, but still there are Hindu homes. When a pandit comes to your home, there are many people sitting here tonight watching on TV, they don't know how to receive a pandit to their home. Do you know? Have you ever seen that little lotus of water that people go to the gate with? Let me explain why. You don't know where Panditji is coming from, funeral ground, where child born, whatever. And the person is coming to do your puja. So this water, sometimes with til and tulsi, is used to rinse hands, sprinkle over head, rinse mouth, purify the person before prayer begins. Have you ever gone to Yagna and you see the washing of the feet of the Guru, the mala, the arti, all this? Before prayers begin. You know, when we sit to do puja, in puja we have Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and Abedi. And many people don't know these little things. In every puja we have the Shaligram representing Lord Vishnu. In every puja we have the lingam representing Mali Baba, but where does Brahma sit? When we had Shivratri here, we discussed when he was dishonest, and Bhairu Baba cut off the head, the fifth head of Brahma. And he says, you know what? People will put up Vishnu flag, people will put up Lord Shiva flag, but there will never be a Brahma puja. There will be no Brahma flag. There will be none of that because you were dishonest. Where does Brahma sit in a puja? When you invite your Pandit to sit by that altar, he takes the form of Brahma. When you are standing, when you ring and the maulis on your hand, the string, and you are asking permission, dear Lord, may you allow me to sit down. May you bless my Pandit, may he become Brahma and issue the mantras so that I can do my puja. This is why you arti your Pandit in your prayers. Many people disregard this. My good friend, he could write a book about this. People call their Pandits and they, Bab, you have this problem. Guruji, I would like to learn this song, I want to go on Mastan Bahar, I would like to go and perform. And when they acquire the tools that they need, when they learn the mantras that they need, now they know more than the Guru, not so? Now they know more than most. There are many examples of this. But you go back and you do a Ganesh Puja, please remember what that tusk represents. There are some people ashamed. I was talking to somebody, an uncle in the back, and he said, you know, when you look at Muslim brothers and sisters, wherever they are, they could be joking, we could be eating halfway with their doubles in their mouth, and they know how to greet each other. They know their language, they know there's no shame. They address each other from the airport to the airplane, wherever they are, in the bank, wherever. But when you see a Hindu brother and sister, they shame the sister, and when they see their Guru, now they head sometimes to take the bow, they can't do this. And when people make this mistake, and things start to go wrong in your life, then you're going to ask, what am I? You're not even, some people don't have the blessing of, what am I doing wrong? To do Ganesh worship in the most correct way. Please remember where Parashuram ended up. Parashuram received a shrap. He received a shrap from Ganesh that no one, of all the forms of Lord Vishnu, no one is going to do your worship. Because you betrayed, you hurt your Guru, you are not deserving. Devi Ma blessed Ganesh that in this form of Ekadanta, you would remove the negativity, that wherever Abhiman reaches up into the heart of a person, you be the one to cut it down. And bless all Ganesh, bless those children that always remain firm and fixed in their respect for the various types, Vidya Guru, Satguru, Diksha Guru, their parents, that person that could remember these things, Ganesh Baba, may you always bless them. Prem Solo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. For this reason, when people are doing worship, when they are doing christening, what prayers do we do? When you're going to have your child christened, christeners, we can look at the land, how we call it. When the mantra is going to be whispered in the air, remember it's a Ganesh Puja. And in particular, Ekadanta Vidmahi, that mantra is used. Ekadanta, please bless this child to remember to have the respect for his Guru. And Guru does not only mean the Pandit, as I said, as I would like to reiterate. Firstly, parents. Secondly, Diksha Guru, the Pandit. The school teacher, the Vidya Guru, the person that is taking the time to teach the child the various things. And it is a lesson to remain humble, to maintain that feature of humility. Prem Solo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. At this point, I would like to ask everybody to please stand. As time has run away again. Please clasp your hands as we offer prayer. as we listen to the tune, the music of his violin. Dear Lord, from time to time, be honest, from time to time, when my praise is not successful, for those of you at home, be honest. When my prayers are not successful, when I don't get the desires that I would like to have, for every person that is disappointed with the lotto, dear Lord, I've been gambling and I'm not seeing the return. Prabhu, sometimes I think that puja did not work. That form of God did not work. That flag did not work. My pundit did not work. Just as the children when they fail exams sometimes. Dear Lord, for those children that are here and did not perform, for those parents that are here and their children did not perform, sometimes we don't look at ourselves, but we blame the school teacher. Prabhu, help me to improve myself. Make sure I'm studying hard. Make sure I'm not lethargic and lazy and I'm studying my book. And with the support of my teachers I perform. Prabhu, if I have ill-spoken, my guru, the person that has given me that mantra in my ears, Prabhu, do not punish me tonight. I ask for forgiveness. Prabhu, may you forgive me for those people that have ill-spoken appearance. Dear Lord, forgive for those girls. There are those that ill-speak their father-in-law and their mother-in-law. People that accepted them into their home. People that offer help in a moment's notice in the dark of night. When trouble comes, that father-in-law and that mother-in-law are there to help. And people turn their backs on it. The day their funeral hearse has to go, and the girl child says, you see me, I have nothing to do with my mother-in-law or father-in-law, and I'm not going to offer that water in front of that hearse. If I've made that mistake, Prabhu, may you forgive me. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe It's in your book. Let's go again. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayat. One more time. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahi Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayat. The mantra in English is there. I've come to know that there is a God with one tusk. And Ganesh, you are that person with that crooked drum. It got twisted when you played with Parashuram. I pray to you with all my facilities, body, mind, spirit, that you, O Ganesh, awaken my intellect, awaken my mind as you did Parashuram. And let me change my ways, Lord. Let me better myself if I'm making this mistake, that I am cursing the bridges that help make me who I am. Let me come out of that. Let me get better than that. Let me grow. Let me learn to respect my gurus. Let me learn to have respect for my parents. And bless my tongue to have goodness. Karpura Gauram Karunakataram Sanasara Saram Bhujendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridaya Ravinde Bhavam Bhavan Saridam Namam Let's all chant together. Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe Govinda Radhe Gopal Radhe Govinda Radhe Govinda Radhe Gopal Radhe 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 Govinda 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 Radhe. Everybody, Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Govinda Radhe Gopal Radhe Govinda Radhe. Everybody say Hallelujah. Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Radhe. Please raise your hands as we bow our heads in prayer, dear Lord. Tonight we were requested to read this particular discourse. Somebody said that they heard Ganesh Baba use that broken dust to write the Mahabharata, but they wanted to know why it was cut. Prabhu, tonight by your grace, that question has been answered. Tonight we are reminded about the form Ekatarika and what it represents. The person that burns away those desires that get us in trouble sometimes. Prabhu, we thank you for this reminder. Keep us on the right path. Keep us on the right road. Keep our prayer pure. Keep our mind and our mood pure. For those people that are making the mistake of praying to you for the detriment of other people, Prabhu, help them to cease and desist. Help them to break them before trouble comes back to their children, before trouble comes back to their lives. Prabhu, by virtue of this kata, by virtue of your prayer and puja, may you help them to see light. May you help them to come out of that thinking. Dear Lord, this is our prayer. Help me to show my gurus, my parents, my teachers that much needed respect. Help me to bend my heavy head at their feet. As you all pray together. Twameva Mata. Blessing and abusing the derived. When as parents, sometimes children test you and you have to still take care of them, look at the value from mother and father. Tonight, when I was walking in, I got two questions. Why does Ganesh Baba have the moon on his forehead? And why do we offer this to grass? Night after night, especially young children, they're asking these questions. Another person asked, why is some pictures of Ganesh Baba red? All these things, as the night go by, we're going to deal with it. Uncle asked me last night, I see Ganesh Chow going on. What is the prayer? How do I pray during Ganesh Chow? And as the nights proceed over the weekend, we're going to deal with that. For the people that would like to know how to pray during Ganesh Chow, please work with your pen and paper. We can do that maybe Saturday night if you like. In that discourse, you will hear, when you, for example, if you use the bamboo leaves, you dip it in salt, in geefers, and then you dip it in salt and you use it 108 times in the oven, what you could derive, the benefit, what blessing you could get. There is a different power, a different method to pray as the month goes for each Ganesh Chow. And I invite everybody to come and get that information for your personal benefit. As the nights go, anybody that has a question, catch me outside and ask me. And if we can deal with it during the sermon, we'll deal with it. Everybody please reach home safe. Guruji, before you close up, you will give one little piece of music. And the value there for the children to enjoy. And I know I'll be seeing you again on Saturday night when you're return to play and enjoy the music for everybody. Everybody, Jai Sri Ram. These children have just informed me that this is for the second night. They witnessed the Ganesh family drinking milk, drinking water, and as a result, if anybody would like to come and make an offering, Musai Baba, Pandit Vishnu are here. If you'd like to come and argue or make your own offering, you're invited to do so. Very soon, we will be present.
Gam Ganapataye